What up, world? It's your boy Vic XL. This is the Ride and Dirty Show, where we bridge the gap between hip hop and everyday life, man. One time for the good people over at WRFG 89.3 FM Atlanta, our FM radio home for the past 15 plus years. Definitely thank you for tolerating us and putting up with us and giving us a platform for 15 years, serving the world and taking people and elevating their stories to the next level. Also, one time for the good people over at live365.com. All right, live365.com. Last year during the pandemic, we were able to partner up with live365.com and launch our very own media-based tracking internet radio station. Now, the name of that radio station is Ride 95. All right, now let me tell you a little bit about Ride 995. We are the home of what's next in hip-hop and R&B. We are the future of independent music. Now, the way this works is, if you are an artist and your music is media-based, if it's properly registered through BMI, ASCAP, or CSAC, anytime your music is played on any of the Live 365 affiliated radio stations, then your music will track and there's credits towards pay for your music. All right, now let me let you know how to access our station. Since we partnered up with Live 365, you can go to live365.com, go to their search engine. When you're in the search engine, you'll realize there's over 2,000 radio stations of all genres of music and talk. Okay, go to the search engine, type in Ride 95, and that's RIDE, the number 9, the number 5. Click on our station logo and you'll have music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Now, if you want to access us via your mobile device, it's also just as easy. All you got to do is download the Live 365 app. Once you download the Live 365 app, type in Ride 95, RIDE, the number 9, the number 5. Okay? Click on the station logo and boom. Music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, whether through your mobile device or your laptop or computer. Lock us in. Again, we're the home of what's next in hip-hop and R&B. Real quick, I got to say one time for our local sponsors. These are the people that definitely help make this show possible alongside Live 365 and WRFG 89.3 FM Atlanta. One time for the good people over at Mary Sweet Treats. All right? Please, treat your taste buds to some of the sweetest treats, in my opinion, on earth. Visit Mary Sweet Treats at Mary Sweet Treats on Facebook. All right? Find out how you can get the goodies in your tummy. All right? One time for J. Lawson Music Group. All right? Atlanta's hot new independent record label. They have the Atlanta Super Group, Fulton County, which features legendary artist Kilo Ali, award-nominated producer DJ Taz, and Mr. Flamboyant. Visit them on Facebook at J. Lawson Music Group. Also, one time for the good people at Liquor Lollipops. Liquor Lollipops are premium hard candy designed to taste like your favorite alcoholic beverage. Alright? Make sure you visit them at liquorlollipops.com. They have 15 flavors to get your taste buds drunk. One time for the good people over at El Cornell Michelada Mix. Alright? Michelada Mix. Michelada, for those who don't know, if you are into beer and different types of beer, it's the tomato tasting beer. My friend calls it tomato beer. But if you like michelada or homemade michelada mix or favorite gummies, be sure to visit El Cornell Mix Mix on Facebook and find out how you can have the best homemade michelada this side of the border. Last but not least, 100 Band Run Clothing. All right, 100 Band Run Clothing, the luxury clothing line brought to you by the Burning 50. These are the clothing items to help you take the ballers to the next level. Visit them at 100bandrun.com. That's 100bandrun.com. All right, when you visit all our sponsors, be sure to tell them that you heard about them on the Ride and Dirty Show with Vic XL. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, now I've talked enough, told you about the sponsors, told you about our internet radio station, told you about how to check us out every Thursday night, Friday morning from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. on WRFG 89.3 FM. Now it's time for me to tell you about what's going on in the street, what's going on in the world, the people that are moving, shaking, changing the world. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Ride and Dirty platform. Miami rapper, Mr. D Legend. What's going on, my G?
What's up? Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Man, I am so delighted you're here. Matter of fact, I always got to start off by saying thank you for giving us time to talk to you and introduce you to our fans and the people that check out our platform.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for having me once again.
Okay, man. So look, let's get into it, man. Let's take a walk into the life of Mr. D Legend. First and foremost, man, let these people know where you're from and what made
Yeah,
you
my name is.
want to get into this game.
Yeah, my name is D Legend. I'm from Miami, Florida, and I've been writing music for a minute. So basically, right now I'm currently released my new single, which is titled Blackman, and that's what I'm currently promoting right now. I actually into this game 'cause I love writing music. I'm an artist. And I just love my craft.
Okay. All right. So look, the first thing I gotta ask, man, what's it like? What was it like for you? What was your childhood like? What was it like growing up in Miami?
Well, my childhood was rough, but thank God, I was fortunate, to make a change. I made it out of the streets. I went to college, got my degree. Beside me, going to college, I always had a passion for music, so I always kept my music with me. So, I'm just fortunate to make it, out of the streets and make it a positive change in my life. Right now, I'm just currently, doing the music thing. That's what I'm doing right now at this moment.
All right. Now, when did you realize that you had a talent, man, for writing and actually spitting bars?
I've been spitting bars for quite some time. All my life I've been spitting bars, to be honest with you. I've been doing music for like around, 8 to 10 years. Basically, my childhood was rough. Music was always my scapegoat, so I always, wrote music, wrote poetry, to get myself, away from the streets and, just to, ease my mind. So that would really, drew me to the music because I just love writing poetry. That was actually my scapegoat, from the hard times that I experienced throughout my childhood.
All right, now you mentioned having a rough childhood. If you don't mind iterating, can you go through or talk about some of the things that you actually went through in your childhood that actually helped mold you into the man you are today?
In my childhood, I was raised in a single family home, actually a broken home. My dad was like, he's an alcoholic. I was out drinking, so my mom actually raised us on her own. And she always kept us close, made sure, even though we ain't had much, but she always made sure that, we kept ourselves focused, and tried to prevent us from getting lost in the streets because, I was, lost in the street at one time, but I decided to change my life. My brother passed away, that really made an impact on my life. So that what made me actually, go to college and try to make a positive difference, for my family.
Definitely, no doubt. Now, the Miami music scene or the Miami hip hop scene is often known for booty shake and fast up tempo music or is gangster drug affiliated raps. Now, D Legend, when I hear your music, you're more of a conscious based artist. What made you decide to go in a different direction?
I just feel like, music is a great avenue for us to reach the youth, for us to reach the community, and I feel like music is a great way because music actually helped me out in my childhood, because I used to listen to, pop, music like that really made a major influence on my life, So I feel like music is a great way to guide the youth today because it ain't all about booty shake in Miami, Of course, we the home of the booty shake, but we definitely got all type of different artists down here, besides the booty shaking game. So.
Okay. All right. Who were some of your influences?
Some of my influences like Pop, Biggie, Nas. I listen to. I like J. Cole. Jay Z. I love the variety of artists, but that's some of the main artists that really made an influence on me as far as the music.
Okay. Now, as an artist, has your music always been more geared towards the consciousness and leading people in the right direction?
Well, as an artist, I write. Well, when I was a little younger, I used to write, crazy, about what's going on in the street and the life that I was living. But as I got older, I realized, I wanted to make something different. So, my music is based on reality, conscious, and uplifting. So I try to make a positive difference as far as my craft, where I'm coming from. I just write the truth.
Okay.
Based on my life experiences.
Definitely. All right, so look, definitely in the early ages of hip hop, conscious rap was definitely at the forefront. You had groups like X-Clan, groups like Public Enemy, artists like Paris, who was definitely leading the way, leading the African American community and anyone who would listen into a right direction, especially when it came to the treatment of the African American man. When it came to the treatment of the African American man, music was right there on the threshold. You had those artists topping the charts. Now in 2021, you don't really hear a lot about conscious hip hop. What do you think changed?
Well, as far as in the industry, I feel like a lot of people just follow the trend, So I'm not a follower. So I think eventually it will come back around where people actually, gear towards, conscious rap and reality music. It's gonna come back eventually. I think maybe the industry want to keep influence the kids in a different way, but I feel like right now a lot of artists like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, they keeping it real too in their music. Besides different type of artists that write music that just all about booty shaking, which is nothing wrong with that. I have nothing against that, but it ain't. I feel like life ain't all about that. It's a time for everything. You feel me?
Definitely, no doubt. All right, now. You have a record called Blackman, but before we get into the record Blackman, we just had a very pivotal court case in probably one of the most pivotal court cases in American history. Officer Derek Chauvin, if I'm saying his name correct, was just found guilty for the murder of Mr. George Floyd. Now, he's due back for sentencing next month. First and foremost, how important do you think that verdict was to our country, and how important do you think his sentencing will be, and what's your personal take on the entire situation?
My personal take on the entire situation, when I actually sat back, I'm sure as far as the millions of people all around the world, when they seen that incident, that made a major impact on my life. It was like traumatized. But I was very happy on the verdict. I feel like we finally, got justice. But at the same time, we want to see as far as what happened to all the other officers, because I feel like they could have stood up and stopped and prevented all this. But we do need some reform in the system, and I feel like because I was also a victim as far as injustice too. I was, as a young kid, I was arrested, and taken to jail for something that I didn't do. So it definitely hit me hard when I seen that. That's why I was motivated to write my song Blackman. Hopefully I can make a positive difference and spread the word.
All right, now
on the change that needed to take place.
All right, now in your personal situation, was there any abuse or was it just a false arrest?
Well, it was a false arrest and abuse at the same time. I'm gonna give a quick little rundown. When I decided to change my life, I was like around 18. I came from work. Some kids had actually stole a car. And they ran through my yard, and I was then the police came knocking on my door. And when I opened the door, they just slammed me to the floor and say I'm the one who stole the car. When the person who actually the car belonged to was saying it wasn't me, and they still took me to jail. Caused me to lose my little job. And that really hurt me when because I was trying to make a positive change in my life, and I fell short. As far as like being accused of something I didn't do, and lost my job and got me a little record. As far as like grand theft, when I didn't, I didn't do anything. I was not even involved in that, and they still took me to jail.
So you was actually charged in everything?
I was charged in everything. Yeah, I was charged. I do community service. They still took me to jail. And that really affected me. That when I really learned how the system is so is not geared towards what's right for us, especially black men.
Okay.
In Israel.
All right, now I have to ask, man, what do you think are some of the most important things when it comes to, especially African American males, being able to deal? Because I'm going to be personally honest, I don't think it'll ever be fair. I don't think we'll ever get treated as equals. So what do you think are some of the most important things for African American men to actually understand when it comes to growing up in America?
I think it's very important for us to know growing up in America, we always got to, keep our guard up. We always got to, if we ever get pulled over or, we always got to, just listen to the officer, because they looking for a reason for us to react so they can go ahead and do what they want to do towards us. So we just got to, teach our kids, to always, abide by the rules and, and make sure we do the right thing if they always end up in that type of situation, because once we react, that gives them the opportunity to do what they want to do. And that's how we, sometimes as black men, we fall short especially when we're innocent, because, we tend to get upset when we know we ain't doing anything, but they look at it like real threat already when they pull us over. So we always got to remain calm if we always end up in that situation.
Yeah, I agree. I agree because I feel like a lot of times they'll do things to us because they know our emotions are going to get involved. And once our emotions get involved, that escalates the situation to the next level.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your record, Blackman. First thing, who produced the record? And the concept, the name pretty much tells the concept, but go a little more detail with the concept.
All right, the Blackman was produced by Nacho Typical and Luch from Miami Beach Recording Studios. And basically, Blackman is basically just saying that, I'm just a black man. I want to live my life like you want to live your life. I want to, have the opportunities like you have the opportunities. And I'm not a threat to society because we've been paying as super predators, for a long time. That's why we always get targeted by these officers. But Blackman just saying, I'm no threat to the world. I'm just me. Just let me live my life like you live your life. Let me be me. That's basically what this song is just trying to say. We all out one. We not, all of us not violent. And all of us do respect, the laws of the land. We're not here to cause no problems. So why we always getting targeted like we're a threat? Why we always getting targeted like we're a problem? And get arrested for no apparent reason. So we need a positive change and some reform on what has been going on to our black people.
Okay.
So basically, what this song mean, yeah.
All right. Now, what was it like filming the video, man? Because the video is very, very impactful.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, filming this video was like, it was very touching because I felt like I was actually getting arrested in real life. It was just something that I wanted to do. It's not, I didn't do it as a publicity stunt. I just did it as something that I felt like, in my heart that I had to do. So I can, spread the word, and hopefully through the video they can, by people watch, they can realize, we just want to see a positive change for the black people, especially the black brothers in the community, and the ones that lost their lives that didn't get a chance to actually speak up. But I feel like as an artist, I just want to speak on their behalf.
All right, now, in having, especially as an African American male or female, dealing with situations with police, especially false arrest, brutality, like, do you think these situations can cause PSTD? And if so, how do you think we as African Americans should deal with these encounters?
I think it can cause it can cause PSTD because right now if I get pulled over by the car, I'm a panic. I feel like it shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't be worried for my life if I'm getting pulled over. I shouldn't panic when I see the cop because basically, they are hired to protect us. They are hired to, protect the people, and I feel like as a tax-paying person, we shouldn't be, afraid of them because we actually paying them. We're not paying them to kill us. We're paying them to protect us, keep order in the land. So I feel like if you ever get pulled over on the street, it's best to remain calm, remain calm. They ask for your license, they ask for your registration, just hand it to them, and just stay calm at all times because as soon as, if you react, that's when things can basically escalate like you mentioned earlier.
Man, look, I agree because, I'm older and I've been driving for years, and when a police officer gets behind me, even if they're not behind me for me, bro, I just instantly get a slight shake, and I'd be like, man, what the hell? Like, I can't even overcome it. I know I ain't even done nothing, but it's like, oh shit. Like, man, do you think that that's something that's borderline in us from childhood to adulthood, that we just automatically get nervous when dealing with the police, even if they're not even bothering us?
I think it's basically, growing up, we was always taught, my parents always taught me, always respect the police. And besides that, I don't feel like every officer is bad, but it has a lot of them that need to get weeded out. But as a growing up, thank God for smartphones, because this police brutality be going on for so long. Thank God for smartphones and social media, now they're getting exposed. But, it's just time for a change, man. It's just time for a change. we done seen so much, you know, especially where I'm from. I done seen a lot of police brutality. I'm saying I done see a lot of police come to my neighborhood, you know, and harass us for no reason. Even when we used to be outside playing basketball or football on the street, you know, police would come by and just harass us, you know, for no apparent reason. We wasn't even, you know, causing any problems.
No doubt. All right, now you mentioned social media and platforms. How important is it for you, D Legend, to use your platform to talk about and speak on the injustices of people like Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, just to name a few, man? How important is it for you to use your platform?
I think it's extremely important for me as my platform as an artist, so I can spread the word. You know, for my little followers, I can spread the word. And if I can reach out to one person, I feel like I accomplish a lot. You know, I do have a little, you know, following, but I think as an artist, it's very important for us to touch these issues because, you know, by us touching these issues and speaking upon it, that's when, you know, change can take place. By us coming together, you know, as one.
Okay. Now, also with social media, how have you been able to use your platform to get your music to areas outside of the 305?
Oh, right now I'm currently, you know, marketing my single Blackman on Facebook, Instagram, just on YouTube, you know, I'm Spotify, you know, SoundCloud. I'm currently marketing and promoting my music, you know, through all those platforms.
Okay. All right. Now, how can people find you on all those platforms?
Well, you can find me on Facebook at DLegend01 and on YouTube at DLegend305, Instagram DLegend305. You know, you can find me on all those platforms. Spotify at DLegend305. That's DLEGEND 305.
All right, now what
and
was
you can subscribe to my YouTube channel.
All right, what was that Facebook again?
Yeah, my Facebook is DLegend01.
Okay.
And all the other platforms, you can find me at DLegend305.
Okay, no doubt. All right, now before we get up out of here, what's next for D Legend? What's the follow up from Blackman?
Yeah, follow Blackman. I'm gonna be promoting some new singles. You know, right now I'm currently working on some. I also write movies, so I'm currently working on a movie, and I'm currently doing the final touches on my album. So you're gonna hear a lot more music coming from me.
Okay, so until that time, my G, the first thing I want to do is, again, say thank you for coming on the show, sharing with us, sharing your story, talking about your music. The next thing I need you to do, if there's any shout-outs, make sure you give those shout-outs and introduce your joint to the world.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Ryan Dirty for giving my first little interview. I really appreciate it. And also, She Got Game Media for helping me, connect with you guys. I really appreciate it. And right now, you're about to listen to my new single, which is titled Black Man.
Appreciate it, my G.